hard to believe that 2023 is coming to a close. And I'm excited to be here with Kathy Bullhouse, our CEO of Charter Next Generation, and Austin Howard, our creative manager. And I'm Shelley Hickman, and we're going to just do some reflection on holiday traditions, share some of the best memories we have around the holidays, either growing up or currently. So which one of you would like to get us started?
Oh, wow.
Not it.
uh, Holiday traditions. Oh, wow. We have a few of them in my family. So, one of the things that we do is we all get matching pajamas. Everyone. Like my husband, my son-in-laws, my daughters, my grandson, and we put on our matching pajamas, and every year it's a different theme. And we have stockings that we open on Christmas Eve together in our matching pajamas. And then I will cook an amazing feast. And I usually cook the same thing. I've now started doing pasta. I realize that, any of the classic dishes just don't go over that well. Let's just give them what they want. Mac and cheese, some chicken Alfredo, whatever you want to eat. Calories don't matter on Christmas Eve.
That's right.
I love it.
So do you have a favorite? Was there a favorite pajama theme that comes to mind?
Oh gosh. One year we had, sort of skin tight pajamas, that kind of looked more like leggings. Usually pajamas are sort of these roomy things, but
Yeah.
then to see, like my husband, his, sort of body hugging pajamas, that was a pretty funny one.
That's like the elves, the Bullhouse elves.
The Bullhouse elves,
So
yes.
me and my girlfriend also do the matching pajamas.
Yeah.
So we'll do one year was like sweatsuits, like velvet sweatsuits, and it was like cats with Christmas hats was one of them, and then gingerbread cookies, with like the legs broke off because humor. So yeah, we do the same thing with the matching pajamas and stuff like that, and that's one of my favorite things. And
Yeah.
then we do Christmas morning. My stepmom over at my dad's house will do biscuits and gravy.
Ah, yeah.
I get it once a year. Growing up, we got it more, but it's been narrowed down to I get it that morning only,
Mhm.
and I eat until I'm miserable.
Oh, yeah.
I eat so
You always pay
much.
the price for that. It's
It's
good at
worth
the
it.
time,
Yeah.
but then, oh, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, Shelley, how about
Yes.
you?
So I started a new tradition last Christmas. What I found, especially the older I get, I we just sit around the house and I lose my mind. Like I just have to go do something. And so many things are closed during the holidays. And so I started this scavenger hunt where the whole family, my mom, my partner's parents, and my partner and I think my partner's in there twice. We hop in the car,
Mm.
and typically the dogs go too because you can't leave them home alone because the house will be a disaster. And I made a list of 25 things that we wanted to get selfies with on our list, and we just drove around the countryside getting pictures with an angel or getting pictures with a hay bale or some kind of billboard.
Oh, you have to like go in people's yards
Oh,
and like
yeah, totally.
totally just
Yes,
trespassing
and
and
so
no,
we
just
figure out, when the important games are, like the Ohio State Michigan game, the Packer game, and we schedule around it. And we get out, we drive around. If there's a local pub open, we'll stop for a beer and head back to the farm. And that's been really fun. And then we put the pictures up on the television. You can project your phone up on the screen, and
Ah,
then
yeah.
we celebrate all over again. With
That sounds like so much fun. So, do you do that on Christmas Eve?
we did that on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Yep.
Yeah, that reminded me though of another thing that my daughter Margaret puts together, sort of the a recap of the year in
Mm.
photos with music.
Oh,
okay. Like a
And
nice.
slideshow with
yeah,
the whole thing.
yep,
Yeah.
and we project it onto the
Oh, that's
TV, so it's
amazing.
like the moments of 2023, and
Yeah.
so that's fun too.
It's amazing what goes by in a year.
I
Yeah.
know. It
It's
is.
insane.
It is. It is.
We my girlfriend and I we do like end of year card. So like we'll pick a couple photos, kind of similar, and then like try and like write out what what this year brought, the highs, the lows, and everything
Yeah.
like that. And reflecting on it, it's like, wait, that all happened in, how do we scrunch that down to like one single paragraph of this was the year that in all of its entirety? It's difficult to
Mm-hmm.
like, so for the full slideshow,
Yeah.
it's like a,
Yeah, it's always
Cool.
interesting to see what she picks,
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that happened this year?"
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. In my family, we've always celebrated Christmas. And growing up, my mom collected music boxes. And our parents would give my brothers and I an allowance to go get Christmas gifts for the other family members. And they at the local mall in Marion, Ohio, at the time, they had different vendors in the middle of the mall during the holiday season. And I found the best music box for my mom. And I was so excited. I was probably, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, young. And I could not wait. My mom also loves Santa Clauses, collects them. And so Christmas morning, she opens her music box for me, and I am just can't wait for her to open it. And she falls over in laughter. And I'm like, what? What is it? Well, I didn't know at the time because I was too little, but it was Santa in an outhouse.
oh,
Oh my
And then,
gosh.
like, you open the door and there's like Dasher was here and like
oh my
all of the
gosh,
reindeer. Totally clueless. But that hasn't, I've never lived that down. And
yeah,
I've been on the earth a while. It's just so funny. As a kid, you just think you have the best gift. And
Oh, that's sweet.
yeah, the family continues to enjoy that.
yeah. For
Yeah.
with me and my mom, it's Charlie Brown. So like Charlie Brown's our thing. Like I got Charlie Brown tattoo on me. We have matching Charlie Brown tattoos. That's a whole other story.
You and your mom.
Me and my mom have matching Charlie Brown tattoos. That was her Mother Day gift one year. She wasn't happy. She's like, I had one kid, I have one tattoo, I'm good.
Funny.
But it's Charlie Brown. So we get out the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. So it's just like the
Oh,
little
yeah.
like the two
The sad
planks. Yeah, the
tree?
sad tree with the one bulb.
Yes.
We put that up. We'll watch, like
And
Charlie Brown's.
that's your tree?
Yeah, that's our tree at my mom's house. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. For oh God.
The main tree? The only tree?
Yeah, I think that's the only tree. We had like a small Christmas tree for a
Mhm.
while, but like neither of us really liked it. Like I don't know, we just didn't.
Mm.
But like the for us, it was always we like the Charlie Brown, and
Yeah.
each house is different. Over at my dad's house, it's a fake tree. At my house, it's a real tree that we go and we cut down ourselves,
Mm.
which is a lot of work. But me and my mom, we like to sit down. We watch like the Charlie Brown specials, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
Grinch. We have to watch
Mm.
Grinch. That's shaking your head. No, you don't like Grinch?
I, don't-
Eh?
uh,
Eh?
I don't like to watch the same movies over.
Oh no, we pick like there's a couple, but like we have to watch Grinch.
Okay.
Jim Carrey's Grinch has to be watched,
There we go.
and Muppet Christmas Carol has to be watched
Oh,
every
yeah.
year. That's my
The
favorite.
movies. That just made me think of another tradition that we have that I wish would go away, but it never does. So, that movie Christmas Vacation, the theme song of it, it's that time, Christmas time again. Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Okay, imagine that blaring
Oh no.
throughout the whole house at 5 a.m. on
No.
Christmas morning.
No.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
And
who's
my
the-
daughters still do that, and they are 35 and 38. So you wake up, it's 5 a.m. Who wants to get up there, even on Christmas morning? I'm sorry, that's too early. So the song is blaring, and now my grandson and my two daughters, they come in, they jump on us in bed. Get up, get up, get up. Santa came, and, and I'm like, oh, one of these years, maybe I can sleep till 6.
No.
No.
Not gonna happen.
That's who started that one?
My daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
just
mean,
thought one year it would be
uh-huh. Yeah. We just thought this would be fun. I think after we watched that movie, so whatever year that movie came out, then that became the new tradition because
Oh,
they
yeah.
love that movie.
Yeah.
We always have to watch that every year too.
So speaking of traditions, what about New Year's? Do you do resolutions?
oh God. Used to.
I don't do resolutions, but I do like think about what the year ahead. What do I want to accomplish personally, professionally? What are the lessons learned from last year, and what do I want to change in the year going forward? I always do that every year.
Mhm.
How about you, Shelley?
Same. I don't do resolutions. I
Mhm.
feel like um, it's just what habits do I want to do differently? And then I reflect. Same. I look at what my accomplishments were, or the things my greatest takeaways from the previous year, and then what are some of the things I want to learn and do differently going forward.
So I have two versions of this. One is if I were to make my resolutions, I write down kind of like the goals. At the end of
Mhm.
the year, I kind of like amend said goals. It's like,
Because you exceeded them.
sure. Like it's like eat healthier. You just cross out healthier. So I ate. Yeah. So, so
Yeah.
there's that path. And then I also take in it's like, all right, what did I actually get accomplished this
Mhm.
year? And it's like, oh, well, I actually did pretty good this year. Let me give myself a little pat on the back. It's like add
Mhm.
a couple of those things I didn't think. And yeah, that's kind of like the way that I do it because I don't like setting myself up for, I don't want to say failure, but like
Yeah.
if you put I always put too much on my plate at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year. It's like I need to do XYZ, you know. It's
Mhm.
like I can't do all
Yeah, I
that.
quit doing resolutions because they never happened. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to feel like a failure. So
Right.
Yeah.
like say, "Oh, I'm going to lose 10 pounds this year." Well, that's been on my goal now for
Yeah.
That's what you do the amendment. You just
Yeah.
get rid of the 0, lose 1 pound.
Yes,
Like
that's it.
or get rid of the 1, lose
Yeah,
0 pounds.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I feel like the older I get, the faster it goes, where
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just like, how was it January again?
I can't believe it's almost 2024.
Mhm.
I'm still wrapping my head around that.
Mhm.
Like I blinked and this year was up,
Mhm.
let alone the last 4 years.
Yeah. 2024.
Yeah, knocking on the door.
Yeah.
I made everyone silent.
Yeah.
Everyone got
I
Ah.
was
sad.
no, no, it's like endings and new beginnings,
Mhm.
right? I mean, we're ending 2023 and I think about just what a magical year 2023 kicking off our podcasts, and that's certainly been the highlight for me of 2023, and then thinking about going into 2024, hopes and dreams, what does the future hold for all of us, and how are we going to shape it at CNG into being just a fantastic year for all of our employee
Mhm.
owners.
Mhm.
All right, I want to take it back to holidays real quick. Holiday memories.
Holiday memories.
One thing I actually used to do a lot, I would have like a house party on New Year's Eve. We would all get dressed up, like fully dressed up. We'd wear like either suits or ties and everything. All the girls would go and get dresses and we'd have like a house party, but like we'd have food, we'd have drinks, and it was a whole big thing. We haven't done this in oh god, maybe 10 years, I think. And that's one of those things I absolutely love because I'd have all my closest friends there.
Mhm.
And it was just one of the most fun things we'd ever done. And we did it for years on end. Years on end. I'll go back and I'll look at the photos and I'm like, man, we look pretty good in suits. Like,
So you don't do it anymore.
unfortunately not.
Moved
That was
on.
yeah, that
New
was
traditions.
yeah, and I would love to bring that one back eventually, but it's like teenagers, all that
Yeah.
stuff. It's like,
Mm.
what do you do with a teenager on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Leave them alone? No.
New Year's Eve always feels like so much pressure.
Yeah.
Like what are you going to do? Like to
Mm.
bring in the new year, and then 12 o'clock comes. It's like, okay, let's go to bed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
so now I just, at 10 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I
We'll,
don't
Same.
we'll
remember the
wake up
last
to the
time
stories.
I don't remember the last time I watched the ball drop.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't stay up that
honestly,
late.
no. Like maybe if I took a nap beforehand, I
Yeah.
could maybe stay up that late. I
Yeah.
don't think
If there's a party going on or there's a reason to stay up or you're out, at some event, then it's easier. But if you're just, at home watching movies,
Yeah.
and by then, you've been anticipating that midnight coming, so you've had too much to eat or
Yeah.
maybe too much to drink, is I just want to go to bed now.
Uh-huh.
I just remember it was in 2019 going into 2020. It was the first year in our house, our home, and we done the like pop the champagne bottle. I remember that, and I also remember the cork hitting the ceiling and leaving a dent in the ceiling. That's the
Wow.
last time I stayed
Yeah,
up.
you got to be careful opening that champagne. I
I
mean, because it's like a
that was
powerful
that was
pop.
the
Yeah.
first time
Yeah,
I'd ever done it.
yeah,
It's difficult.
yeah. You just twist it, kind of with a dish towel over top,
Yeah.
So
You want to guard that thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
safety
no.
first, safety
Uh,
first. Yes.
No, it was a pop and it straight into the ceiling.
oh my gosh. Okay, fruitcake or no fruitcake?
No fruitcake.
Oh, when I was a little girl, there was always fruitcake because my mom liked it and she was the only one that ate it. But the thing with fruitcake, it can last like a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it like doesn't spoil. But no, I do not like fruitcake.
No.
I don't see that many people doing fruitcake anymore. Is that still a thing?
I think for some it is. Do you think our film is used to preserve that fruitcake?
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably.
And that's why it lasts a year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if it was somebody else's film, that fruitcake
Uh-huh.
would,
Jam.
not even last till
What is
Christmas.
it? Short ribs and sauerkraut? Is that the New Year's Day?
Pork and sauerkraut.
Pork and sauerkraut?
Yeah, I didn't realize that people had like certain foods that they didn't want to eat or wouldn't eat on New Year's. But one year we went to a party at a neighbor's house, and they said, "Well, you can't serve chicken on New Year's Eve." I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, if you serve chicken on New Year's Eve, you'll be scratching for your living all year."
What a like a wife? Is that an old wives' tale?
I,
Is that
you
what
know,
that
I don't know. I eat chicken.
is? Like, all right.
Yeah, chicken's all right.
Yeah, it's all good.
No pork and
Well,
sauerkraut for me.
No, that's a weird combo, I feel,
yeah.
but
I feel like that's a
Milwaukee thing.
maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
it's in Ohio.
Yeah.
Is
And
it?
It's supposed to bring good luck and fortune or something.
Yeah, I don't. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, the superstitions or the,
Yeah.
things traditions that people have around New Year's and, if you don't eat this or do this, then it's going to be a bad year. I don't believe in that.
No,
Mhm.
not even a little bit.
Yeah.
And I just think sauerkraut is disgusting. Ugh.
It's a good probiotic.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
I
It's
mean,
good for your tummy. Yeah.
the health benefits. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
yeah.
argue, but
But you
ugh,
got to
just
eat it then.
gross.
Yeah.
Cold or hot?
Hot.
Do you eat it?
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. On mashed potatoes.
And
Really? Like
Yeah.
as a gravy?
Yeah, with the pork and sauerkraut.
And how do you
mashed
cook the
potatoes.
pork?
Ribs, rack of rib.
oh, you
Like
do pork ribs. Okay.
barbecued? Or
No, just baked in the oven.
baked in the oven. Okay.
Hmm
Nope.
They make vegan ribs.
I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat
Yeah.
them anyway. That
Yeah.
just sounds not this.
No, that sounds delightful. If if that's what you like, Austin, let her eat her sauerkraut on her mashed potatoes and pork
That's
in
right.
peace.
That's
Right.
right. That's right. Austin.
I'm eating takeout.
So one affirmation, just a positive message you want to leave with our CNG employee owners over the holidays.
Spend time with your loved ones. This is the time to focus on family and focus on traditions and really celebrate who you are and celebrate being alive. I mean, we we all have so much to be grateful for in our lives. And I talked about this on one of our podcasts that to me, happiness is a choice. And I think happiness really comes from being in the moment and enjoying the moments that you have and cherishing them and not thinking about what's next or what's the future or what am I going to do next week or what am I going to do tonight, but what's going on right now in this moment with you and your family and how can you make the most of it?
Me? Oh, okay. I would say my advice would just be take time for yourself. It's difficult to do. I think a lot of people want to make sure they're there for everybody all the time. And I'm perfectly okay with that. But I know I don't take enough time for myself. And that's something that I want people to remember. It's like you got to take time for yourself too. As busy as you are with work, as busy you are with family, if you don't take a second or a minute or whatever it is to just have a little bit of me time, whatever it may be, reading a book, taking a bath, going on a run, or just having some food that you like to enjoy, whatever it is, just indulge yourself a little bit. I think that's something, you know, would be healthy. That's a friendly reminder to myself mostly. Take some me time. So
How about you, Shelley?
I would, oh my gosh, wasn't expecting that to be turned back against, turn back
Turn
to
back
me,
against me.
turn back on me.
that's
Dang
how
it.
these work.
This is how things
These
work.
how things work.
I think both the two of you summed it up really well. Know you're enough. Know you're enough.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's great advice.
I like it. How do we end off that though?
Well, I think that's it. Know you're enough.
Yeah.
And as we think about 2024 and think about a whole year in front of us, let's not waste it. Make it your best year. Embrace it. Dive into 2024 with optimism and hope for the future. We all need more of that. There's so much divisiveness between us, so many things that we don't agree on. I think we should focus on the things that bring us together and the things that can unite us. And this podcast is one of the ways, like we talked about, seeing ourselves in our employees' lives and seeing ourselves in their stories. And to me, that's what I'm bringing into 2024, optimism and hope for the future.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Bring it. You can cut that out.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it. No, leave it in.
Leaving it in.
Let's go. Let's do it.
It's that time. Christmas time again.
That's how we're going out.